Technical difficulties. Second stream expected. Headset mic. Let me double check. Recording device.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders, like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove. I got
nightmares turn down the music a lot.
I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough, nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough, I just need to feel like the answer's inside for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy up the stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough, nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough, I just need to feel like the end's inside for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy up. It sucks when you finally feel like giving up.
Let's test.
No luck, everything feels like
look at the level.
I'm lost, handcuffed to the bed where I sleep, don't give a fuck, can't stop, unplug, feeling overwhelmed, I think I've had enough. Gotta find a way to get some energy, gotta find someone who's a good friend of me. I need purpose to make it all worth it, I'm still searching and I'm still learning. I want a life that's filled with memories, not a life with regret and frenemies. I need focus to keep me from hopeless psychosis if I keep moping. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind.
No, is the mic still too low? Let's do a test that the right mic is selected. Wonder if NVIDIA Broadcast is messing it up, making it really low. I hate technical difficulties. It's kind of funny, you can't really test by yourself. Much better, much better. Be perfect now. If you could use a little more, if you can. There's a little more of music. It's okay, first few streams, yeah. I can't even hear the music, but there we go. Turn it up in my headset. You could use more of a, let me crank it to 100. That's weird, I had it at 70 before. It could be what microphone it's picking up. Disable this. Make sure we're listening. I'm cranking the other one to 100. We're to 100 on the mic on the camera, but it's a Rode boom mic. That's what I'm making sure. Can you hear me now? And is it on the correct mic? We're gonna check the camera. Should be getting louder. It's plugged in. Was that loud? I'm back. Was that loud as snap? As I walked closer, I don't think I went further away, but I do have it at 100%. Could be the NVIDIA Broadcaster. This microphone source has changed. I turned off the noise reduction. Is it louder? Test, test, test. Test, test, test. It's echoey. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Got louder when I got closer, so it's the right mic. It's a little over arm's length away. Let me point it more at me, because I'm a little to the right. I think it's using the Rode mic, because it's plugged in. It's got an external mic plugged in. Audio is always the word to get right, right? Alright. Is it manageable? Let me try to listen to the stream. Or is it bad? Sounds good though. Interesting. I did point it more at myself. I tried to project. It's all good. Alright, cool, cool. Alright, let's kick it off. I'll talk louder. These headphones also make me talk quieter because you hear yourself in them. So we're going to kind of cover a little Earth recap. We're going to start with unboxing the bi-monthly Protopasta filament box, the Endless PLA, because I love my PLA, and seeing what cool new colors they came out with this month. And also show off a little what I scored at Earth. And then here's some of the aftermath of vehicles I used to get some of the awesome prizes that all the generous companies were offering to people competing in them. But yep, this is my drag racer with the belt design. Still a little stream newbie, so most of the drag racers that were most competitive had the gear reduction, not the original belt and pulley. But I did decent with that bad boy. A little bit better with other people's drag racers, but that's a longer story. The heart thing covers up. Let me pop out the chat. The little emoticon covers it up. Chat. Where's the best place for you for chat YouTube? Not sure what you mean by that. Like some of the best discords? Is that what you're saying? Talk 3D printers and filaments? And then this is my Death Racer, second time out. Reprinted a lot of parts from Rocky Mountain for Earth, and then have the Q-Forge side plate. Ajax created the original, we'd call it the mask that cut it out in the slicer, and I generated that image. So I'd say for cool side plates, Ajax won, and then mine was second place. But people had awesome redesigns of the whole Death Racers. I did Tinkercad up some headlight lenses here, a little PETG clear instead of just having the LEDs. And if I have a battery, I can show you. It lights up either green or. I'm only in YouTube, so yeah, YouTube's the best place to chat. So I'm just trying to stream on a single platform right now. I picked YouTube. I just chose one and went with it. You agree for sure. And here's some of my tires. I could get a close up of. These were decently grippy. It's 65A TPU. Let me switch cameras. But it did kind of come off the spool. It was just side loaded in the X1 carbon. So this one had under extrusion, not because of the extruder, but because the filament was spin around the spool holder. Because it's just a wet noodle of filament. I forget what brand I used. It was a decently grippy. Not as grippy as others, but I think I used too many walls. I think I might have used 3, or I think this might have been 3 wall. It's a little stiff. Didn't need to be 3 or 4 inner and outer, and then are just those walls. Those are the tires in my drag racer I got done right beforehand. Scored some goodies from. This is a cool build mat. Might pull out the Ron build mat. Hector, sorry, it's a little crinkly. Hector from Fabrico is giving these out. You asked for one. I was asked to buy one because I wanted one. I saw him had a bunch on setup day, and then I went back on I think Thursday near into the, or not Thursday, but Saturday on at Earth, and they were saying they're actually giving them away. So got lucky there and scored one of those. But got some other filaments from Earth. I went to purchase the last Protopasta filament that was going to be sold at Earth ever. Since Trickery, Earth is no more, and it's now 3D Printopia. And this was Bottle Brown HTPLA. Don't need to open it because I already have a kilo to finish off because you don't use much. And here's some of the new filament from West 3D. Some West Green ASA. So they have their own filament line called Ambrosia filament. I haven't used any of the filament yet, and this is their West Green color, which I really like. Don't know where I'm going to use this yet because I've printed most of my Rook parts already in Polymaker Galaxy Green. That's the ASA, but might use this as an accent color in a future custom printer build. Maybe a standard Rook, or some Voron coming down the pipe I'm trying to acquire. So those are some of the goodies I scored at Earth. Had a blast doing all the RC events. I ended up winning the trophy because, long story short, in dragsters using other people's drag racers on Sunday. So I ended up getting first place in dragsters using Scott's dragster. That was a little bit quicker than mine, but I did end up beating everyone. It just wasn't with my dragster. So picked up some new screws to have spares for builds. I like these IXL kits. Bought them myself off of Amazon. I like to have all the screws for the different builds. So I just buy these larger packs. So I just picked up some M4 socket head cap screws since I'm just getting into it. But let's start off with that filament unboxing. A little mess here in my makerspace. But here's the Protopasta. Let me look at chat here. That stuff, yeah. Yeah, Bottle Brown. Yeah. It's a high TD if you're a Huforge user. Brown. Or transmission distance. I'm looking for a little tool to open this. So I have no affiliation with Protopasta. I just like their filaments. And so I subscribe to their bi-monthly endless PLA subscription. I get the kilogram spools because they're just like kilogram. I'm not even sure which filaments these are. Well, let's unbox it. So we got some cool Jurassic Park looking themed Protopasta stickers. Or sticker. Ooh. We got a lemon head candy. And this is their Endless Possibilities, Endless PLA brochure. Let's pick out the first color. Derek's Olive Drab. Interesting. This is their HT PLA. I'm going to open up the wrapper since you can't really see it. I do reuse the bags, so I don't stab them like other people. Ew. If you haven't seen Protopasta, they're on whole cardboard spool, and then they saran wrap it. Not come untangled. So it's very army color. So Derek's Olive Drab, HTPLA, so it's 1 kilo. From the Hue Forge perspective, seems like it would have a lower transmission distance. But it'd be good to get tested in the filament library. So that's the first one. Wonder if it's gonna all be themed around kind of military or kind of like army. What's this Jurassic Park theme? So we got totally translucent yellow. Kind of reminds me. Let's get a first sneak peek. So I'm guessing it's going to be on the higher side, maybe a medium transmission distance filament. Another HTPLA, their heat treated glass. Just making a mess of my. On display. This one you can see pretty well through the cellophane. Saran wrap. I'm going to leave it there for a second. And then, ooh, this is a long name. It's called Texas Tea Black with Gold Glitter. That sounds very fancy. In the box. This reminds me of their. I think it's like a matte black with just a bunch of gold glitter. Trying to get a hold of the saran wrap. Little. Gonna unroll it. I don't keep long fingernails. Oh yeah. Is there any music level? I don't have the music anymore. Maybe we went through the playlists I had. Ooh, dang. We only had a TD1 filament tester to test this quick. This looks low TD, but could give you some sweet effects. Kind of space theme or Halloween theme. That would really work good. All these colors. Yellow, army. It's really cool. I'm trying to think. It's like their other. I think the Color Sparkle Black. No music yet. Yeah. So I'm looking up Protopasta's other. Remember all the filament companies and all their names. I think it's like Star Wars sounding name, like Intergalactic Black. Name by color that I'm thinking of. Empire Strikes Black. So there you go. Newest Star Wars themed. Remind me of that, but in a pure gold glitter instead of just the silver glitter. It's like a silver of the Empire Strikes Black. And that is called Texas Tea Black with Gold Glitter. Fancy. That's definitely my favorite out of these fancy filaments, but I think I might have a really good use for this yellow. Reminds me a lot of the yellow from Polymaker as well. So that's that filament pack. Brought to you by my Visa card. Let me fix the music. I love all the filaments. SpongeBob Yola. Yeah, there are some good SpongeBob prints. I have no prints going this evening. Pretty busy day at work. And reset up for the stream. But we will get to the Rook build. Just kind of wanted to give a little recap of the shenanigans and some of the winning. Get some. I don't even know where I set my tools. I have to unbox them. I thought I brought them downstairs. Might left them in the hallway. My maker space is downstairs. But we're gonna try to start on building the Rook frame. This will be my first custom 3D printer build, so pressure doing it. And set these off to the side. I do have some filament clips. I think I have some K2 clips back here. No spare ones. Let me grab my tools. So maybe I set them down here. Should we? Ooh, look at how big this Voron build mat is. Set that there. Keyboard on it. The filament. I need some filament clips. Rain in the protopasta and unraveled. Where did I set my tools? Oh yeah, I got some new tools. Let me not leave my address. Picked up this little tool from Amazon. Little right angle. It was much smaller than I thought. It was sold to me in the metric size, so being American, it's just a little right angle. But come in handy for squaring up the frame. I don't remember the exact dimensions, but man, I need to clean up. Oh, it says 75 by 50 millimeters. I bought it. I don't want to put it on the mat yet because it's covered in grease. It's not the size that matters. Yeah, it's squareness really. I think I need to use one of these microfibers and some alcohol to clean it off. Just covered in the rust grease. That's interesting. It has little bolts there. I guess you could take off the part if you didn't want that. I think that could be useful sitting on the 2020 or something. Hey Ajax, hello, welcome in. I didn't share. Feel free to share this on Discords. It was a little thrown together this evening. I actually planned on bringing my camera with me, but I didn't pack it for Earth, so I had to reset up the camera, and then I forgot to plug in the HDMI cable. Yada yada yada. But who all in chat is planning on going to Remurf, the Rocky Mountain Rep Festival in April of 2024? You are awesome, Matrix. You are. I don't have a Polymaker giveaway. It'd be out of going right now. Hey, Shadow, welcome in. Thank you all for joining. Be too far for me. Yeah, Ajax, I know. You might fall out of your bed and hit your head. Be at Remurf from only what you taught drop. What else are some cool commands? Bang socials? I don't know. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Oh, here's some of the damaged parts for my guy. So we're gonna be building the West 3D Rook 2020. This is a beta kit still. I was hoping to rush build it right before Earth, but didn't line up all the parts. We have some more goodies from West 3D they sent over. I have my choice of silver or black to go with my gunmetal frame. So these are the, I think, 3-way corner joints. Oh, good. I ripped off my outfit already. Got a few different things. They sent over the stepper drivers for the controller board. We're using a Manta N4P. Some extra connectors and the drive pulleys for the motors and the wiring harness. Thanks again for West 3D. Sending over this kit for testing. I'm providing feedback on my build experience, and I think it'd be good since I don't know everyone. Yeah, drop Polymaker. If I could figure it out, I could give away a spool of filament, but I don't think I have it set up with my bot. I think I set up Stream Elements, but I don't know how to do the giveaways just yet. So, I give one of my own spools. I got Draft PLA over here. You have to buy it in a 10 kilo increments, so people might want to try it out without committing to a full 10 kilograms. I'm going to use it for some of my Qforge instead of using the Polyterra Charcoal Black. Let's try to get music going. Change the camera angle. You know, streaming's a little bit harder than you think when you start now. You know, you think it's easy when you're from the other side. Scene changing, music. Oh, I see. Before it only did the 2 songs I had starred previously. Let's see, music. I'm looking at the different categories. This is happy music. It says Raga Legacy. You have a numpad. I don't have a numpad if you see here. Got a small keyboard, 10 keyless, which I generally like for gaming. But let's get these out. Oh, these might be different. Oh, these look different than the ones. Oh no, they're the same. I'm thinking silver might be the play with the gunmetal gray frame, but maybe black is the play, so haven't decided. No, these are those are the anodized black 3-way corners. Okay, this music's interesting. Let's selected a dream track. Let's grab the frame out, find my tools, and watch a newbie start building. But hopefully, with my mistakes, I love this frame. 2020 extrusions for the Rook 2020. Most of my parts I printed before the official Rollahan Rook 2020. So most of my files are the Pinrog design. So I might reprint some. So none of them are tapped, no blind joints for the Rook 2020. So this be accessible. You can just cut your own 20-turn extrusions at your home. Have people cut them for you. Right now I'm leaning towards black as the play. the music on the loud side seem like they have a little angle. Maybe they're not. I don't know if these are actually anodized. I think they're painted. These. But maybe they aren't the play. These fit straight in. So we got gunmetal with silver. I think they call them three-way joints. You're always doing crazy stuff, Bob, so you're doing the keyboard frame. You love those high temp printers, you know. The pellet extruders, I saw you in the Protoplas, or excuse me, in the custom printers channel for Polymaker. You're getting like a pellet extruder from Ali. You're always on the bleeding edge, I think, to the level I am. So we got that option. Let me turn on the music volume. I guess that's a little on the high side. Don't set it on the keyboard. Pro Streamer moves. Because the arrow keys turn up the volume on you. That wasn't me. If these fit, I think the black might look pretty cool and stealthy. But this is the beta kit, so these parts aren't final. So if I find these don't fit right, these probably won't be included in the kit, and there'll be a different version of the three-way joints. These were the test ones. They just don't seem to be made right. It's not the paint. They don't line up with these extrusions. I don't know if it's... So these just fit perfectly with clearance. There's no... Are these not designed for... Looks like 2020. It's definitely not... They don't work at all. Pushing the envelope on your budget. Yeah, build less printers, come to more rep festivals. That's my motto. Build more RC things. Try to win, but don't win printers. I think definitely the play is going to be these silver ones. The black one's not even like one or putting in the extrusions, so I'm going to give that feedback back to Daniel and the West 3D team. I know they got some of their kits back in stock for the standard Rook. Oh, these have little set screws already in them. So I'm gonna, they're actually the set screws in the joists. Or why did I set my box of tools? Did I put them in here? No. No. I brought them downstairs. I had them packed up in my luggage, so I'd bring all my tools to work on the RC things at Earth. Yeah, that's this weekend, the OC Maker Fair, isn't it, Bob? Are you presenting or just going as a... Like, I think it was free to sign up for a table, but you'd have to work the table if you got the time. Or at least have your printers out to talk about them to some effect. I think we're going with all these. Throw these in the box. Alright, next I'm gonna be more organized than the chaos. Give me a sec, I'm gonna see where I set my tools. Maybe I bring them downstairs. I should put a BRB. Yeah, fight amongst yourselves. Who's gonna win the spool of filament? I'm not certain I'm giving away yet. Which gnome stole my tools? Hey. Found my electric screwdriver and another screwdriver I ordered. Emote time! Emotes! All the emotes! This stream is brought to you by Loading Screens. Please subscribe to my loading screen. I found my sticker collection. I know I'm still on the BRB screen. It's the Friday and print and chill. You guys print and chill. So I find where I get some. I'm not certain they didn't get confiscated. My check bag. I didn't even know you had a Mark III. Still no picture. I'm falling back. Sorry for the wait and the shenanigans. But actually, my tools were actually still packed away. And actually, I forgot I also ordered silver in 5 hardware. So I unboxed this. And actually, my tools were still packed away. And then I got my sticker collection so we could go through some of the cool stickers I grabbed. See some makers in there. Sorry for the wait. I also had a bio break, so I know it's TMI, but let me switch cameras. Cool new zombie hedgehog. What is it? Hedgehog makes on YouTube. Greg's Adventure 3D Showdown. East Coast Rep Festival. Some cool LDO motor stickers. Gloop, which helped me out fix my wing on my drag racer. I got a Little Dragon 72s. Streams on Twitch and his YouTube videos. Samantha stickers. Buzz Garage. I fought with Jeff, their robot, tug of war robot. Yearly. So most of these are duplicates, but this is to be useful in this build. LDO measuring bookmark thing. Probably take the tassel off it. Anyone needs a tassel. I got nice metal. The printer will be a little bit too big to use this to square it, but there we go. Put steppers down there. Let's dig in. So definitely decided we're going to go with, get a little chair here, sitting down for a second. There's some set screws. I'm guessing these are M2s, or 2.5s. M2. Music. I don't think we're gonna need these set screws. That's what's holding these together. They're intertwined. Could be wrong, we might be reusing some of these. We're just gonna go with these. You have the Fizek Mark III. I only have the originals. I think I got my first Mark III, which is my third 3D printer. Super innovative, and some I still have it. Actually need to upgrade it. Taking the set screws out of these, I'm gonna take my broken door off. We don't need some of this fancy Harbor Freight Loctite. I got a freshly blue Loctite box right there. I don't think there's any build guide for a Rook. But we could show you some of my printed parts here. So, in Galaxy Green ASA, I did the one-piece bed. Some of these were the feet that were for the Rook, I think, by Gulsifer, and doing accents in the neon orange. Really bright, but that's the neon orange ABS. That's for later. Yeah, I print them on the Bamboo X1. None of these parts were on. I have enclosed Mark 3S Plus with a Revo. I think all the extrusions are the same, so we just gotta decide where we're gonna put these. I don't know why I had a great idea to build my first custom 3D printer on stream, but what the hell. You probably learn more from somebody that messes up stuff. I like the Loctite everything. Some little OCD like that, but also has come from an RC world. But yeah, print on the Bamboo X1 Carbon. I actually have an upgrade kit. I'm not digging the Mumbai beats. They're just too action-packed right now from after I ran upstairs and unpacked my bag to find my tools. You're glad well, I appreciate you hanging out and chatting, making it interesting. I think I'll get a lot better. I think everyone progresses and gets better at their craft when they do it. But I've never done any kind of building. Done some gaming streaming in the past. Guessing at the bottom, we use these, I just call them set screws to such a tiny printer. I have a, you can see 180 printers. They look something like that. I'm gonna Loctite all of these. Then I have a little measuring tape. Trying to think what the play is. Do the bottom frame. I don't have any piece of granite or anything. This mat might not have been the play. Might have to slide that off a little bit, but hopefully this wood standing desk. The Husky, they built it true and square. Finest craftsmanship Home Depot can provide. You work on a V0.1. Are you upgrading to like a V0.2? You never used one? Oh, like a standing desk you never used? Yeah, it's weird at first. I think it's kind of weird. I don't have like exact guide to go by, but I don't worry about making too many mistakes. Don't try to build the whole printer and have to take it apart. Something like that, but I think the play is do the bottom of it. I love this frame color. I think it sparkles in person a little bit better. The gunmetal gray. I don't know who West3D hasn't done, but I think that's the play if you have the choice of colors. But I'm a little biased. Alright. You get a little piece of plastic. Use this with some extra hot end screws from a Bamboo. But I have a lot of these from all my RC days. These are putty. These are probably over 15 years old. And kind of see, this is a 3 mil. You can just tell one big 1, 2, 3. That's a 3 mil. My 2 mil broke, so I don't have this hoodie, but most of them survived. So here's some other Sportworks X drivers. I just over T handles. Let's get a bunch of these set screws prepped for the Loctite. Don't want this thing to be able to come shake loose. Anyone's printing anything, let me know what you're printing. I got a couple of hue forges I want to print, but also parts. I'm thinking of doing this part, the bed in the neon orange Polymaker ABS to kind of give it more accent color. I think once I get going on this build and started, it'll go quickly. I think I'll have any custom wiring. I've done some crimping, fixing enders and putting fan connectors in, but I know crimping ain't easy, as Nero would say. But I've done a little bit of it. We need one more. I also have this stuff, which is the Loctite stick. It kind of oxidizes if you don't use it often and goes black, a little crusty. But this is nice, so you don't use too much Loctite. I like to travel with the Loctite stick because coming from RC car racing, RC helicopters, your whole weekend, your whole race could be ruined with just one little set screw coming out that are even smaller than this. Say your single pinion that drives your electric motor, set screw falls off. You're dead in the water. So, taking the time, it's Loctite everything, even with using just blue Loctite. I find even Harbor Freight brand is just get it in the threads a little bit. I don't know. Probably won't have an issue with 3D printer backing out. You gotta get drones. I was into large RC helicopters. Like this table, I could show you. I still have them. I just haven't been active in them in the last 5 years. So I'd be don't have the confidence to go out to the flying field. Part of my club I used to belong to here where I live. Used to be a really active in that for over 10 years. But I just love the camaraderie with RC helicopters. Because it's not exact same way as like competition against each other. It's kind of pushing yourself to like learn that next move or be able to fly backwards or upside down or do a pyro flip, etc., etc. So I'm just lightly started that one piece, and then oh yeah, I did get the metric, what they call 1, 2, 3 blocks, and so I do have this. I've seen the builders use these, the Neros, the Steve builds, to kind of square up your frame, get elaborate. But I think we'll just kind of get stuff started first before we start squaring everything up. Yeah. See, already should leave a flat open space. Wish I had like a little piece of granite. I could always square it up on a bathroom countertop or something. This mat is fun to build on after you got the frame squared up. I don't know why I pulled it out now. But keep screws from flying off. Oh, yeah. I don't want to get into the different rules that kind of messed up the fun of different hobbies. But yeah. You bad actors not following rules that existed. Caused new rules to be created for those that follow the rules. So that's the much as I'll get into that. Actually got this little I gotta get some bits. This is the Hotor electric screwdriver. I don't think it's really needed for this, but some longer. The music only goes for so long. Let's shuffle. I'm using the built-in YouTube. So I'm planning on doing a little bit more shorts. I'm not yet kind of up to speed on creating recorded content on YouTube. I think getting started doing lives, I don't know, seems easier, but also there's pressure of having everything prepared. So I gotta get better at. I had an agenda, just didn't have all the tools in place. If you know what I'm saying. Started the stream. Tore down and took a lot of this stuff to the earth, so the camera had to reset up, so it's a slightly different angle. So, all right. 4 set screws. Are you doing anything special with that V0? Is it going to be like a high temp? There was somebody I sat next to at a highly modified V0 at Rocky Mountain. He did things a little different. He had mods on it, but basically he had an active chamber heater and only printed ABS, but no bed heater. So he didn't really have to up the power supply. His name was Joshua Murphy, and he was printing these like Adams Family hands for in red ABS. Start. Huh. All right, that's a little. I think I don't tighten this down yet. It's tightening down. That sucked it up higher, so it wasn't. The corners weren't level with the table. With these throughway corner brackets. I think. Yeah, I have to choose tighten down one. I don't think the corners will sit flat, which doesn't matter for the rest of the frame. Oh, maybe that's the case. I see it now. The set screw on the bottom was way out. I gotta get a lot closer to the flush. That's what was causing the rocking. And this V0 worked flawlessly, just printing AS today, just cranking out parts. It's going to be Polymaker branded. Marlin. Yeah, actually, I requested Wiz 3D because I plan to have this. That Earth was hooked me up with a V0 screen, so I'm gonna have it running Clipper, but with a V0 screen, so I could kind of basically have stuff loaded already on the printer and then kick off prints at shows. So this is definitely feel like bring my first custom built quote unquote 3D printer to a Rep festival. What do you guys all think about Earth rebranding, kind of making it more generic so people understand what the show is about? Going away from the Rep festivals and there's multiple for one side. Let me look at the corner pieces here. So these will don't interfere with those. They'll okay. Go that way. Those are the feet, corner feet. Yeah, hoping it good mix of vendors. Yeah, it was interesting that there was seems a little bit more broad vendor focus than kind of the open source rep origins already this year with having the makers up around the outside. So you had to go up. Uh, some of the makers I don't think got all the love because people went down to the shiny new hotness going down on the show floor with all the vendors, and then second went to the makers, but I could be wrong. But I made sure to go up there and give them some love. I got some shorts recorded. Okay, the tricky part with these, I can't tighten. You have to turn it this way. Tighten these. I don't know if I should start tightening them down before I have the other ends. Seems to go. I guess I could try it and then see. It's it's a smaller printer. Oh, that's flat enough. Let's see as I. Yeah, I gotta be careful with the forces I put on the Allen driver. Need to tighten it down. Kicked it out of square at first, so I think I need to put all the corners on first. Feel like maybe thinking. Yeah, for the shorts, I have some from Printers for Ants. There's a custom micron from JV, which I need to edit and get up this weekend. He was a really nice gentleman I met at the dinner on Saturday night. We kind of just chatted, talked about what we do in the hobby. Right now, this is just kind of a fun escape 3D printing for me. New latest hobby in the last few years to pick up. COVID times, I got way more into 3D printing. It's here. I'm kind of figuring out exactly what. And then I think I square up the bottom of the table. Because tightening down these, I feel this is a little bit harder because tightening down just the leverage it puts with these angle brackets harder than a blind joint because it wants to kick out when you tighten it down. And just keep it square. This one back in. All right, the news topic of the week: Bamboo announced their Ethernet class printer. I'm kidding. Enterprise class X1CE, priced seemed like double the base price for just the printer, adding additional Wi-Fi encryption methods that are built into most devices nowadays, and then an Ethernet port, and then what's some other features it includes? A hot end that could go, I think, 30C higher. I'm right. Really seem to be targeted for commercial. What they didn't talk about, I don't know if they've announced in their disc, it actually has offline updating. Because I think that is important, not having a always connected printer for enterprise application. Ethernet. And will they have any sort of cloud software where it isn't just pushing a single print from a mobile device or the web or their slicer? Are they targeting enterprise print farm? Maybe they're still working on those solutions, so they're not announcing them yet. But get people distracted from maybe some other printers like a PO Poly Magneto X that looked pretty sick. I wish it was pushing plastic at Earth, but it was awesome with its new still still fun. You're done building printers, now building two more. Yeah, I built printer kits, repaired printers, modified printers, but not a full custom built end-to-end 3D printer. It's a venture, but I would like building them on stream. Maybe doing different content will be what interests me. But really, it's just for fun. Purely for fun. Let's get another extrusion. Another corner started. Hard part is I'm looking if there's any bad sides. These extrusions all look great on all the sides, so there's none to hide on the any at the bottom of the printer. So they all look in great shape. Just kind of roughing it out. I don't think I Loctited these bad boys. This is Loctited, this is Loctited. I feel like I just start this square. Don't worry about it being, or start this, don't worry about it being, square just yet. Just kind of in there. I feel like I should just do this square first. So this is a 2020, just building it with 2020 extrusions, 120 millimeter build plate. It's got the LDO, the LDO 120, I think MIC 6 bed, the integrated PCB heater, and then going to use the same Morsun 200 watt power supply, that the V0 Boron V0.2s now come with, and I think the V0.1 S kits came with. I think that's when it was introduced. And I was really shocked to see the 120 printers at first in person at Remurf. Yeah, this plans to be my travel printer. Currently, there's no plans to like enclose it because of the motors. So it's mostly going to be PLA, PETG, but kind of have a travel printer, show it off doing Keyforge prints or anything cool. I like a lot of articulated fidget toys, having some ADHD. I like fidget toys, giving them away. So ended up printing some axolotls that I was going to give away at Remurf that ended up being part of the Polymaker contest. Nick really liked them. I think 95% of them were printed in Polymaker filament. Just what I've had really good luck with. That and Protopasta are the two brands I've used the most. Use the odd brand here or there, but unless I have trouble or need a specific color or type of filament, I just stick with what works for me. I actually have a spool of Jesse PLA I haven't tried from Remurf. They gave it away, but I need to try it. I heard their filament their PLA smells very sweet. And I saw it being made in one of their filament lines at Printed Solid the day after Earth. We went up there with Ajax and Ian. So some of the Hugh posse went up there before we had flights that afternoon. And that became an adventure in itself. For the Death Racer parts. I printed all my Drag Racer in all PLA. I did some Polymaker PLA carbon fiber. I just had it, so I used that for the bottom chassis. This isn't in there, so I'll have to. This one's all Loctited, so I could. Yeah, it is. One needs a couple more set screws. There. Now the music's got all dramatic. Yeah, I got to go. We talked to one of their employees at the show, and they said, "Yeah, just show up." And then there was quite a few content creators we ran into. Is it Corny Filament Stories? Asylum Elysium was there. 3D Musketeers Grant ended up coming, and then like Hudson from Protopasta. They showed up, so it was like everyone had the same idea to come check out Printed Solid, and got to see their enclosures being made for Boron and their custom enclosures in it's ACM, the aluminum plexiglass being cut out and plexiglass. See if we could, or maybe that did work. All right. Here's so I'm gonna tighten down just like so. Ready? Yeah, this is already somewhat tight. They had their line going with PLA. They had 2 lines, but one they generally run PTG and one PLA for their Jesse filament. Alright, I'm gonna lay this down like this, but doing that doesn't work because set screws, so that does work. Alright, set screws are accessible. Alright, we're making progress. Don't know if it's in the camera. Let me pull up OBS. Just it is somewhat in the camera view. Don't mind the messy. Accent. Thanks. Send it past your bedtime. Don't you gotta work tomorrow? Don't you have bamboo Maker World coupons to win? Okay. Earn. First squaring up. This first. And I guess we could measure. Matt's making it hard. Progress. And then I have to take it all apart. Oh, that slid out. Let me push them forth up. Let me do it this way. A little bit easier. I could use the belly, the push on it. That's my third hand. Putting force in that direction towards the camera. Yeah, you missed the giveaway. I was giving away I was giving away your P1P. Cool. You didn't win it back. Oh yeah, this kind of angles it. It kind of has a force on it. Hopefully this. Get this somewhat started. I figured you didn't need it anymore. You're earning a new one. The shadow said, what is it? Oh jeez. Alright, yeah. I don't know. These are the metric 1, 2, 3 blocks. So I don't I have to look at the box. But I got the metric one for metric printers. Because you know they're square but in inches it won't line up. As I kid. If you get 1, 2, 3 blocks. What do these they call them? They call them 25, 50, 75 millimeter metric blocks. Yeah. I figured get the metric ones. See, I haven't even taken all the travel grease or whatever oil off that one. I think I have this square. I can look at it with. I like those heavy duty blocks with that right angle square. But I think that's gonna go like that. Okay, that doesn't look the squares there. There was a little air gap. That one looks the same. Okay. Custom printers are hard. Hard, okay? The right angle thing. There's a little air gap at the bottom. I kind of see the same with this block. I want a clamp called. I need to enlarge the font here. Clamp it square. Alright. Yeah, I figured there'll be tricks. That's what. I just got these and this little tiny thing. Oh, let me look for corner clamp it square. Yeah, I think these little brackets, because they don't like sync, it like as you tighten it down, it angles it. So maybe I need a. Yeah, this one doesn't. I could see it's not copacetic. This one looks. Yeah, so you kind of see the tension. Just loosening that up, the tension this one kicks it out. And then if I loosen this up, maybe I need to tighten a little bit here, here, here. Not just tighten one down and then cut it out, and then the other one tries to compensate, and then you're. That one doesn't look too shabby, but yeah, that side. It was these two. Get it done this time, like. Because even if you had. I'm just trying to look at a little Harbor Freight clamps, but nothing like this big. Holding it this way. Luckily, it's a small frame, but I imagine when I get to building a Voron someday, grandiose plans for this panel, building a Voron string and not letting the smoke out. But actually, my P1P there in frame, the hot end fan is currently not functioning. And when I was overtired and trying to get the TPU tires for the drag racer printed, the second one, I thought I switched the fan through the same area, so I'm worried that I'm gonna have to contact Bamboo for a PCB toolhead board. Don't believe I could even just order one for the P1P. This, yeah, it's not looking too. But this needs to go. There's a air gap there, and it's tilted. Hear that? I know it doesn't have to be. It needs to be square and doesn't have to. I'm laughing because it's all askew right now. I think because I tightened it off the table. I think I'm gonna learn a lot just on this first little Rook printer. I listened. Classical music's making it intense. Intense rookery build. No. Might have to go test it on something more square. Like a slab of granite. So I need to find a tile company near me. Let go of a 350 by 350 little 350 millimeter little. Doesn't seem too shabby on this for squareness. I think I have the finest tape measure. At 14.5 centimeters. I'm starting at the number 2, so be. Figured get your base right. Doesn't seem perfect, but let me go test it on the granite. I think it's not square. I should look up that model. Print that off this evening. Okay, live stream from the bathroom. I kid. The table isn't far off. It's not square. It's not that much on the granite. Let me look this up. Tools. Email space. Any tips are welcome. Limpet Square Remix. Kind of seen the print, and then you use some clamps to hold it for you. People are using it for woodworking for the remix here. Here's I think I have to print some of those up and then try it. But let's continue on here. I think I'd have to get some larger clamps from like Harbor Freight or Home Depot or something. Myself a little bit more room. trying to tighten it a little bit, tighten this one a little bit. It could also be the angle of the corner brackets I started with. I'm guessing these are a little bit harder to use than a blind joint or something else. That corner looks good. Taking a look at it, this might be a lot better. Yeah, that's better just from not rocking at the table. I think I was building it so this was a side piece. With these corner brackets, I don't know how precise you need to be for a print of this. Blind joints have a lot of slop, a shadow. Oh yeah, a lot of parts like the backboard PCB that I had to replace on the X1 Carbon, you couldn't buy them even if you wanted to directly, because kind of learning through that process is that the laser, the micro lidar, I put in air quotes, uh, varies on the different models or rev of the X1C. So mine had a quote unquote red laser. They had me take a picture of the little QR code they have on the parts, and then they sent me the correct backboard new 9th gen PCB for said laser. I'm guessing the micro. I also wonder, this is not too shabby. Is if I get more parts that like looks good. Only this corner doesn't look so hot. But is it good enough for a 3D printer? You know, probably. Let's continue on. So that was going to be a side piece. So I already kind of started this piece, which could go like so. And then we need one of these corner joints that's probably already Loctited from me. That one. This is mostly Loctited. Let's get some more pumped up music. You know, like, it's funny, there's like a mood and genre, but you have to find one and then select the sort. You can't just select this drop down. Here's rock. Better. Thanks. You can't, there isn't just a drop down at the top with your options to select from. You got pop rock. I think I'm gonna have to, especially since it's my first build, kind of watch other people's content or look at like the Rook, the other Rook, the standard one with linear rods, the 3D printed frame, to look at their build guides, because I know there are some. Make sure I'm not missing any steps. I just think like I need to use like something like this to square up this first, because I think that could be throwing me off where I put the three-way bracket in cattywampus right off the get-go, even though I'm pushing down on it. So I'm just starting off at a disadvantage. Crooked. I've never used these, even in like reinforcing a off-the-shelf printer. Oh. Well, that's silly. Okay. I think the corner pieces go all the way down, but this piece I did differently. So how I have this one for here, not undo anything. There we go. Now we need another extrusion. Trying to think how I'm going to tighten down. It's funny, I just had a hard time with one side. Oh, I'm going to get to these joints. In parts. Almost wonder. My thinking is, this is a good skill to learn. But should I have done the standard Rook Mark 1 with the 3D printed frame and square the linear rods? Be easier? Probably. Even though this one's cooler and I think it's better for traveling, just for durability, and that one could lose its square being flung from airplane to. That's what my thought was for the 2020 frame. I wouldn't get a chance of beat up or pieces broken in transit with a rough. Did I do this piece now? Probably. See how much a noob I am? I'm like, figure out the best way of having it tighten it down. So, think in 3 dimensions. Let's clean up the other 1, 2, 3 metric block, so 25, 50, 75 block. These things come with all the grease over them. I gotta take all the packing grease off them. Gosh, there's so much grease. It's hard holding on to it after I sprayed it with alcohol. Sacrificial old microfiber. This is raw reggae of 1,000 suns. Man, there was a lot of grease on that bad boy. It didn't rust. It slow boated its way here. Grease is still coming off it. Alright, that's probably good enough. This was the plan. Come. Let me do it. See where those. Look at how much rotation that. I should have left it somewhat loose to. It actually looks pretty good that way. Looks good just with these 3 parts. That's good. Now combining it all together. Something seems off. What do I got here? This. Oh, I see. Put this one on wrong. Maybe I should get it all assembled and then square them up. But any suggestions with these? Let's get these started and then we could set it on its head to get access. Leveling all out. Any printer builds people are planning, or projects in general, ordering, saving for, putting on their Christmas wish list, their Festivus wish list. I got some, I'd say, easier things in the works, like upgrade for the P1P to the P1S. That just arrived while I was away at Earth. I was on order for, I think, a month and a half, 2 months. Those are all primed and ready. These ones aren't Loctite. Last ones. I'll be stoked if I get this frame done tonight. Come back at it rested. Probably tomorrow sometime. Just away from the big dogs. Streaming. Another microfabric cloth. The kind of projects in the works are the P1S upgrade, fix the P1P first. Kind of build series is this Rook 2020, but I also have a Mark III upgrade to the Mark III S Plus, which is kind of a rebuild. I had linear bearings fail, so kind of doing printed part upgrades. If I get like a Pi 0 or optimally a Pi 0 W2, put the Pi in it. Alright, we're staging a lot of it's done, just slap it together. Alright, now the hard part. There's a jamming track. Oh, no. A lot of figuring out here. It's loose. Okay, just hold these down. Get the corner brackets. Decently. Straight in here on the strategy. I'm not sure if I've seen anyone square up with these corner brackets. I think a smaller frame would be easier, so maybe that's good. I'm going with the smaller printer, obviously. Getting around it. Can't imagine people trying to square up a 4-on-24 or something massive like that. I think you need like a whole team. I don't have a Pi 2W now. I've never been able to acquire one yet, but I know Pis are getting more available. Yeah, Zombie has a lot of cool Rooks. This is all loosey-goosey here. I got the corner piece. I feel like I should try to... It's like when you have all the things to square up at once. So that's is loose. Guess I got to point the flip over. These heavier blocks. Change it up. That's all loosey goosey. Alright, I think I'm trying to hold it square on. I guess that's only 2 of the 3 axes. This is loose too. It's gonna push that way anyways as I tighten it down. I know other parts could square up the frame as well, but I want it squared with this. Oh. Yeah, just definitely buy them off you. Hopefully you got them. You don't need... They work good on the mark because you put them on the little board. They don't need to be super powerful. I'm just planning on doing Octoprint for them on the Mark IIIs. But I have an MMU3 I've purchased, I've invested in for content, and also to enable multicolor on my Prusa's. MMU3, the Mark IIIs. Definitely buy them off you. They aren't like crazy over retail. Still want to hold on to them and tell me where to get in the waiting list. Because I have no micro centers anywhere where I could even acquire them unless I'm traveling. We got these 3 to tighten up. It's kind of funny, I was deciding like what's top bottom, but it really matter a whole lot. That's still it's a cube. You got 6 sides. I'll pay him for it and shipping. You're too generous, Bob. you want to be a moderator in my? I know it's a responsibility, but my YouTube chat, I got a lot of rowdy QForge peeps. They always think I'm yelling at them. So I need. Exactly, because he always thinks I'm yelling at him. You wouldn't have time. You're too busy farming Maker World. You're an Alba. The pros of Maker World, the featured creators. It's funny, you'd feel the frame shifting. Where can we tighten down? See, the frame is perfect. I didn't do anything wrong. This is the expert builder stream where you learn all the best tricks of making a jungle gym. I don't know. That's not good. I have to loosen that up. That's hilarious. I assume you could hear that coming through well. Wait. It's these corners. Wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. This extrusion looks right here. Shift. Feel like there's a lot of tricks I'll learn as I do this. Goes out of the way. No machinist training, nothing. You'll be making a jungle gym tomorrow? Some family obligations to build a jungle gym. Guessing it's not for yourself. Hey Roland, what's up? I have no plateau. I went to my bathroom, which I luckily have granite in there, and it was doing the same earlier. So this table's pretty decent. Yeah, I gotta get it cut off. Oh, granite or moissanite thing. So I don't think this hardware table is far off. PET. Oh, the Pultruder? Is that what you're talking about? Ah, talking in code. We need to go collect all the bottles to have. But this is my very first custom 3D printer I built. You know, I got the cheat mode bamboos, Prusa kits, which are very very straightforward kits. and then little minor printer modifications. That X isn't off. Okay, that's not terrible. Now we got the measurement. So I think I fixed the bad actor. The one extrusion that was really throwing off. We gotta tighten these up the top. We'll like tighten stuff in there. I host events. Oh, it does beach cleanups. So you're gonna get tons of PET bottles. Nice. Yeah, I could test it on granite countertop after, but I could tell it was way off since I'm a newbie. I feel I have some of the tools. I'm gonna start this so it's not so wobbly. Get them in the ballpark. Thanks for stopping by, Rolahan. Original designer of the Rook. Now it's open source, or is an open source printer design that people have contributed and modified. Made it better. I know a lot of Kenrogs and Ghostfurs kind of mods are part of the new one. I haven't printed the new parts. So I don't have like the full new front parts with the logo in them. I have the original ones, but I might reprint those. But the funny part, you went with the cool feet already. I already did this from the Ghostfur feet. I don't know if you changed anything. So I still have some printed parts to print, which I'll kick off. And for my PLA printer, I printed these in Galaxy A6. YOLO. One, two, three blocks. Trying to get it as square as I can. I know it isn't the biggest of printers, so it shouldn't be crazy hard. The extrusions are of decent quality. These ones look gorgeous. But yeah, I was saying I'm planning on bringing this to events. Be showing off Keyforge prints and other fun stuff to give away. I feel like it'd be so much easier if you had 3 hands. You know, I could put my head, gravity assist. Take a look at that looks decently squared. Kind of the trick I learned is don't like tighten down a corner, just cranking it down just yet. So you're getting everything. I feel like, yeah, there's one of these that's not tightened down yet. Maybe 2, I don't know. back to polymer filament. I'm an expert over here. I know how to mess stuff up real good. Have you built one before? No, but I'm an expert. But I think this is a great first custom 3D printer build. Mess up this TD1 tester. Give him some Python code to try. How are the audio levels? I feel like the music might be on the louder side, but I'm not sure. If you hear that. Alright, I think there's a corner that's not done yet. I was like, that feels a little loose. Because it is. See? Oh, I should be doing. Something like that. Perfect. Music and voice. Audio's pretty perfect. Oh, nice. Sweet. Thanks, guys. Okay. I think it's not. I think it's a little cattywampus, but like, gotta figure out. Yeah, this. I'm not certain, but I think the caps go on the top and bottom. See, I just flipping this one looks. I almost think I need like a little sticker. Like that side is. So I think, yeah, tighten it all down. Okay, that side is pretty good. These are okay. Don't think it's a rebuild. I'm gonna grab my little chair here. Get low. You know, everything looks easier from the other side. You're like, guys, that doesn't look too hard. And the person's like building a big printer frame. Then you try to do it on camera. Mission successful. Time for a liftoff. The frame is built. You can rest easy, young Padawan. It doesn't matter if you created a hexagon of a frame. Look at that one rip. Almost like, well, almost yellow. Even though I don't think. These two rails, or loosen up these two rails, see if it. I think that actually made it worse. That's funny. Well, I guess you don't need to do the other side. So my thought, oh, that looks like it has a gap. This is the bad side. Get off them. Bigger is easier. But everywhere. Yeah. I got this little tiny guy. Haven't been. But it's kind of like, you have all that dexterity to hold it. That doesn't look terrible. I guess it doesn't have to be. The rails have to be flat on the ground, not the corners. That's not work. Funny, like holding these square that way looked fine. It's like probably just need to do a little bit more scientific and look at where it's messed up than just individually. Okay, that one's messed up. That one's okay. For science. Slow down. That looks fine there. So bang, bang. You see it. The other side's already loose. I should just say it's perfect and then like spend the next 2 hours off stream, you know, making it right. And that's the magic of editing. That'd be no fun. You guys have to watch me. There we go. Still cattywampus, which it could be over on this side. don't know if that made any difference, but I'm gonna try to build it like. I don't think I'm making it any better. Maybe I should watch a tutorial with these. So the anodizing's good. You bumping the tool ain't take any of that gunmetal silver off. Right one is it's easier. I'm a southpaw naturally, but I'm a bit dexterous. I saw some kits. I feel like would it just be faster if you did the whole clamp thing, or would that not help with these sort of like if you had the clamps holding it? All right, let's start over. No. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I just don't think it should be that wobbly, and I haven't even loosened up some of these. This one was already loose. This top. Yeah. I'm guessing it's because I'm not like holding it down. No. Mm. It could also be I just need to tighten it down on a more flat surface, but I feel like that just shifted. I'm pushing down that corner, felt the whole frame kind of shift into place, and it's not tight, but maybe took the Should we switch gears and try to fix the P1P with a new hot end fan, or pull that down on the shelf? I just feel like I need to watch some tutorials on squaring up extrusions.
Try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my
Looks around, but I understand I'm only. I feel it could be issue as the corner brackets started off cattywampus in the extrusion, so eight 25. Started a little bit late.
try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing.
Just need an MP3 Pro. Yeah, very crisp picture. So this one's just a Brio, but the other one I invested in. It was a return unit. There's some rewards books I had in a big box. So it's the camera was a return unit and the lens was used, but it was ones people suggested. So it's a Sony. I try to bring the quality, I guess. Luckily enough, I could invest in it. It's like better. Gotta bring the quality. Feel like I might be. Well, there's angle that I could tighten down. It's only on 3 axes. I've tried to bring the quality. I think the audio's. I don't really like this headset. In my print room, I keep the humidity lower because it's kind of a basement area. It's a downstairs, but I don't need an Ender 3 Pro. I have an Ender 3 V2, slightly modified in the corner. Just had to put some new fan on the hot end. Keep heat creeping. It's like a test. Dude. I'm laughing because I made it worse. Feel like I should get some rest and tap out on that one. But I think maybe we'll try on the fix the E1MP. It's throwing errors, but I'm also getting a little, yeah, like at least cover my ears fully so there's no breathing. They're a little clammy. I keep, and it's 72 in here, so I have a dehumidifier generally running to keep the humidity low. So it gets hot here. I feel like I need to loosen up this whole thing because I already have it. I'd say this corner is the bad apple. Trying different things. I think I wasn't so far off the first attempt squaring it up. I've made it worse, trying a different technique. So, yeah, you saw when I loosened up that. Okay. Okay. This corner was the, I'd say the bad apple. The most, I understand they all play a part, but I feel like, okay. Back to basics. The first part is anyway. Starting on this one, so we're that extrusion. It was the bad actor, the most. I think I just need to take patience. Is the table unlevel? Like, the surface, is what it is. It is. It's not. I tested it on granite when I had it unlevel, so the surface is not very it isn't like super unsure. I tried like moving around, but yeah, it's a good thought because definitely a wood surface is not inherently flat. I just had a thought. I have like a Ender build plate over here. The Ghost is on. That's I think big enough. It's a 300. That's what I should pull out. It'd be interesting. Be a good clip when I break it by dropping one of these blocks on it. It's an Ender 3 Max. 24 hours I had that thought like, oh, I don't know, there's something squared on. This little printer would fit on a. Give me a second, I'll put it on BRB. So I'm gonna move my desk. It's on wheels. Walk it, run the camera, it's all gonna be a weird angle. grab, I think I have a spare build plate next to it. Long story short is I broke one before. This one needs a power supply. This thing there. I try not to break that one. Power supply's been robbed off it. Use 3 max. Thinking. I know. Good suggestion. Made me think about. Modelo Rose works. Yes, it's covering that up. I'm justifying this build plate. Funny, I get more positive feedback on the something being cattywampus. Yeah, it's much easier to build on this. I know I'm so excited to try it out. I haven't even went off the BRB screen. Grab my mouse back. I flipped it over so we're on the bare glass. The borosilicate thing is on the bottom, up against the workbench. But actually, it gives me such a positive feel. It's so level that I already loosened up one of these because I could, even though the most of it's loose. Now we're talking. Getting down. Back to the basics. Like I said, it'll be funny when I break it, but when it's not even in use, give me a good excuse to upgrade to texture PI anyways. That's currently my largest printer. That's why I want to build a larger bore on. Do some bigger prints. That one is the only one I've ever printed a helmet on, and it was for a charity auction. And the person did like finish the print, bondoed and sanded and primed and painted. Before. Funny, as you tighten that down, you kind of can see it all go cattywampus with these. You know, look at. You gotta be really. I don't like you just tighten it down too much, because it's like at an angle. This little set screw. I think these are harder than using a blind joint. You know, you have to have probably a drill press or something to make your own blind joints and a tap. But yeah, just with these little corner pieces, you tight. It's out at an angle, just like you like think you get tight, but it's actually you just gotta like barely get them snug, and then square it all up. As a beginner, I'm not a fan of these. I think it makes it harder than it probably needs to be. I guess going with the extrusions is harder than it needs to be. Yeah, there's a little wobble in, but not bad. Bear out from behind me. Well, because the table isn't as flat as this. Or less. I've loosened so much up. I'm just kind of verifying. What's tight? Because it was funny how it was so wobbly when I had most of it loose. Roll. Totally usable, but now we got the nice. We're getting somewhere. I think the technique is kind of get them started, just touching the aluminum extrusion with the set screw from the three-way corner thing, and then go around and snug them up a little bit more. I think I'm getting too excited. We're making progress. So these are, yeah, that's what I thought. We get you set action this way. It's not the most square. It's not terrible. I think it's definitely the real reason I'm live streaming is to get all your guys' help. If I was here, I probably would have, just building, watching some YouTube content. Probably just have been like, I'm gonna go relax. It's been a long day. Go read hang out, some Discord, complain about how I can't, no, okay. Square up a frame. Let's check our work. Very nice. Very nice. Gotta take more, but I think half the battle. Also, I'm getting better at the technique is, but start with a flat surface when using said technique. Who would have thought? Gonna add all the M3 nuts to the frame. Be fun to build a V0 sometime, but I think I mostly want a big ABS ASA printer. So I'm thinking of in the LDO Trend 300. It's the next custom build. Might not be build right off the rip. We might have all of it, mostly. Look at that. Alright, it's a little wobbly there. Let's see it on this side. There's a little bit of wobble in this, but the frame this way, that way is good. I'm also wondering if the thickness, oh, that's a little bit loose. I haven't tightened that one down. Yeah, good, explain it. One. Everything else is loose. Missed one corner set screen. CNC tab. Oh, like Voron tap or a tap kit for like screw holes. Alright, that's a little cattywampus. Again, that way. That is bad that way. A little bit. I'm trying to look at the thickness of the corners, if that's. I guess that exactly doesn't. It's more of this. That looks good. That's good. So these corner pieces might not be machined at the same height, so you might be chasing something that doesn't matter. What's it on sale? Sick. I add it when I order it. Plan on ordering mine from West 3D. Full disclosure, West 3D did send this out for my unbiased feedback. No money exchange hands. They just want a test of their 2020 kit. provide feedback, things we can improve. I think I will have a good amount of feedback since I'm coming from it from more of a beginner than somebody's additional printer. Their 16th custom printer they built, and then they just have tools or a connector that might be missing or knowledge that I might be missing. I think it's pretty dang good. You see there's a little bit that way, but when you're not directly on the corner pieces, like the frame is square, we could look at it with a tape. I don't have a metal ruler. I only got this cool new 6-inch one from LDO at Earth. Motorize your world, automate your dreams. I didn't even know it was actually like that in the back. Checking it for square, that little metric square looks good. So the true test is the quality of the prints. That's a lot harder to chew it up. I had tape measure earlier. We got some crimpers. Those are the ones that Zombie Hedgehog suggested. I bought those. I set the tape over here. Anywhere. Might have thrown it in the box. Want to kind of run from me. I think I'm getting tired. How is Earth versus Murph? I've never been to a Murph, so this year, what I've heard of feedback at people event is the closest two that are similar are Rocky Mountain and Earth. They're a little bit more vendor centric versus a Murph that's more maker. So it's primarily makers, I think, just and their maker projects at Murph. And that's the original Rep Festival from my understanding. But there's plenty of maker projects at the two Rep Festivals I attended. Yeah, you'll drop. I don't think I have the ability to. Let's see if we have the Stream Elements bot. I don't know if I have the ability to run a engage with your audience. Start a poll. Start a poll. Which is the best Rep Festival? And then we still have one more at the beginning of December, the first year of Smurf. How about, yeah, Rocky Mountain versus Earth. And the interesting part is I attended one as a volunteer at a booth. The other one was just kind of a maker there. So, and it was my first one. I was in awe. They seem very similar. There was tons of vendors at both. It almost seemed like the same great event. Just Earth was kind of in a smaller arena versus Remurf. And Remurf seemed way crazier in the morning. Just the mass appeal of people that came. I think it was I assume it was kind of the news article happened, and I think it was in the morning paper in the morning, like the what is it, like the little local news station. So I think it brought out a lot of locals, right? Yeah, a lot of locals too. Yep, exactly. And I think, but Earth was really busy on Saturday and plenty busy Sunday for the size of it. You know, that's what I'm worried of. if you get that same PR of the local people in MD, that it'll just be, they'll have to really limit the number of people that could come and see the show floor, especially the Saturday event, with more of the a broad appeal name and all that jazz. I got my little scraper, my printables scraper from Prusa Booth at Earth. Actually need a new bed scraper, so snagged one. Hard to compare them, yeah, you're in a booth most of the time. And then the other time I was kind of just working on a Death Racer at Remurf and chatting with people walking by. And tons of people had questions about the Death Racers, because I think just because I was in front of it and people saw them, but they didn't know how they get involved, how they're built, you know, what's all involved. So there was a lot of questions as I was trying to frantically get my Death Racer built and out there. And then I smoked the speed controls and was only out there on Sunday. The grace of other people lending me extra speed control they had that day. It was awesome. We had good progress here. I feel this is just a discrepancy because the other sides, it's like totally square. The other four sides, you see it doesn't move at all. But if you have it on these, it has a little bit of rock. But I'll learn. I'll get the tape out here and see. That has more rock on that side. Is it the same? See, that's the... Well, maybe that's... This side, it's this way. Then I flip it this way. But it switches. So that means it is out of square? So, this side is... I would think the high side would always... Maybe that does mean it's out of square if it's that way. I'm a little tired right now. I had to be up early and in the office for a conference. I'm just starting at the... Well, this is Harbor Freight, it's only inches. Dimensionally, it seems square that way. For that basic tape measure, I think I'm gonna have to order a good size metal. You think jet fuel would melt it? Yeah. Anything gets hot enough, well, aluminum. It's just aluminium. Look at that sick box I spent hours on. We're gonna be putting some sick, how do you think that? Color scheme's gonna look that gunmetal gray. That's popping. Yeah, I really like the green too. Volley Maker Galaxy ASA. I'm thinking of changing up this bed color. This one warped. I could give you the idea. This one warped, so I want to reprint it. You kind of see it. The corner is warped because I'm gonna put a little ears on it. But I'm thinking that bed, the accent pieces, the bed won't be yes, but the color on that camera is a little off. I don't. What do you think? I use the Bamboo X1 Carbon in a small startup out of Shenzhen, China called Bamboo Labs. People have heard of them. It's through a part that way, I put one bounce in. That is Kickstarter Unit 110. Only on my third AMS unit. And this one's got the Hydra mod in it. So I've had to do a little, but it's still working great. They have supported me with sending me the stuff to fix it, even though I think it is technically outside its warranty, so that is cool. Like the tool had PCBs and all that. Got that for free. Do you guys like this is the neon orange ABS. It's pretty, since you have the build plate, it'll just be kind of an accent, but and it's so bright on the camera. It's like an in-between in there. It's very vibrant color. If not, we can just go pure. Because this is what I was thinking. The feet, I printed out the letters. I gotta hear these in here. One camera is red, the other is orange. It is very red-ish orange. Yeah, red and green. You're like, but it's funny. This one is extra vibrant. It's like in between both cameras. I feel it's closer in person to this. Ironically, the Logitech. To my eyes, it's closer to the Logitech Brio. But the Brio is still a little extra vibrant. It's not set in stone. You could also just go with small accent colors like that. The knobs. I was thinking of trying to. You can also go with a different color. It's not built yet. Maybe we'll have a poll. Don't want to lose the parts. Put them back in the filament box. Yeah, I like how the colors pop. It's not the same as others. I think that's gonna call it for the night. I think we could tackle the P1P tomorrow. I'm getting a call, so I'm gonna end it there. Peace out. See you guys.